Good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, December 15th, and it is, I'm home from work today because we had a closure due to bad weather. Ours was due to the extremely cold temperatures, and we didn't get the snow that a lot of places in West Virginia and Virginia got. And Ohio, I guess. We didn't get that snow, at least not up here on the ridge, but we did get very cold temperatures. Yesterday afternoon was 12 degrees Fahrenheit. Overnight it was that or less. This morning the temperature is still hovering there. So I have a day off from work, and I thought, what a better day to, there's no better day than today to do an update on my WIG 2025 and my micro dwarf 25-26 collaborations. Snow day, and I'm in here trying to grow vegetables. And of course, one of the dogs is making noise. I'm sorry, that's just always going to happen here. There's going to be background noise of all kinds. Dogs doing things. As soon as I start talking, they think something exciting is going on and they need to get up, move around, and make noise. So I'm part of the 2 collaborations. I'll put the information below to the 2 different collaborations, but all of the veggies I'm going to show you are part of the winter indoor gardening, or winter indoor growing. I've heard it called both, and now I can't keep it straight in my head. WIG 2025, all of these are a part of that collaboration because I'm growing indoors. Some of them are my attempt at the micro dwarf, which reminds me I have more seeds coming in the post office. They should be here soon. That's exciting. So I ordered, somebody on my last video recommended a tomato, or said that they like a tomato, Tiny Tom, Tiny Tim, and I ordered those seeds, so I'll be starting those too, but they haven't arrived yet. But so all of the plants I'm showing are part of the WIG 2025 because I'm growing indoors. Some of the plants, and I'll try to remember to talk about which ones, are the micro dwarf plants. So this is my middle shelf of my growing shelf, and it's a good place to have the hydroponics garden. I do have this up because my puppy destroys everything, and so that's an attempt to keep the puppy off from coming from an end table up onto the plant shelf. My water level is about here. So today, since I'm home, I'm going to mix some of this liquid plant food mixture with the water. Fill this because I kill a lot of plants, and usually from neglect. So since I'm here today anyway, even though it's still over half full on the recommended, this is the maximum fill line. So even though it's only down that much, if I fill it today, then I don't have to worry about forgetting and running out. So I'm going to do that today, and I'm going to make enough that I can water my plants that are on the top, my starts that are on the top shelf. So this is my lettuce side, and only one didn't germinate. And so I put a couple seeds in there the other day. Everything germinated, everything else on the lettuce side germinated, but they're really small. So these took longer to germinate. This whole side is the Rocky Top lettuce blend. So the lettuce took a minute to germinate, but you see there's a couple poking up over the edge of the baskets. Now on this side for the micro dwarf, I planted some dwarf Siberian kale. Look at that. That is happy. And this is a tomato, orange hat, miniature tomato, dwarf tomato. Yes, Spot. I realize you need that right this second, don't you? There. So that's a micro dwarf tomato, the tomato orange hat. Now remember the size of this when I get up and show you what's on the top shelf. And then the bok choy, the Hedu tiny bok choy, these three, they were the first things to germinate, and they germinated like in 2 days. I couldn't believe it. It was amazing how quickly they germinated. So in my first video, you'll see that they were Baker Creek seeds. It's called HEDOU tiny bok choy. Immediate germination. So the tiny bok choy and the Siberian dwarf kale, the tomato, I guess, good girl. This whole side is the dwarf, micro dwarf. So then this is the mini bell pepper. And it germinated, but it's a little slower than everything else. So things in there, I'm very pleased with how things in there are going. Very pleased. I think I'm gonna take my camera off the stand, give you a little clip of looking a little closer. I put this way up much higher so I could show you, but I'm gonna put it down a little bit because the bok choy is getting really tall, but the other stuff would still probably need the light pretty close to them. So I'm gonna get a close-up picture, and then I'm gonna move to the top shelf. Okay, sorry, now I'm going to handheld, so I'm going to jiggle all over the place probably. So this is my top shelf. I've got my lighting. I really like that lighting contraption because you can move it all around. So I'm going to try to remember to put the link for the one I bought in the description box, and I'm Amazon affiliate. I'm not sponsored, but it is an affiliate link. I really like this, the maneuverability and that kind of thing. At first I thought it wasn't going to work as good as before. I had bulbs hanging on a cord and I could lower them, and I could lower them right down into the container if I wanted to. But I didn't like the looks of them hanging there. So I switched out, and at first I was worried because I thought the tomatoes were going to suffer. But you'll see in a second the tomatoes are doing great. So I'm going to start with the peas. Look at the peas, and they're sugar snap peas, not shelling peas. They're taken off, and I'm kind of silly because when I grow these on my trellis, they grow like 6 foot tall probably. So I thought I'll run them up this and find a way to put like a little curtain rod, kind of one of those suspension curtain rod kind of things, and wrap them over that. But even that, I still don't think it'll be 6 foot or close to it. So I've decided I'm going to put these on the bottom shelf when they get not much bigger, but when they get just a smidge bigger, I'm going to put them on the bottom shelf where the bottle of fertilizer is, and I will let them run up from not the bottom shelf, but the middle shelf. Let them run up this side along the middle shelf and then along this shelf, and then I'll put a bar in the window that maybe they can go. So it's going to look really whatever. It's going to look really, I don't know. I guess I can say redneck because, I'm describing myself. Because I'm going to put strings across bar to bar and then something across the window so they can grow up there. But if I put them down where the tomato or the liquid plant food bottle is, they have that much farther to grow up. So I'm excited. So I had soaked the seeds and then planted them. And they took a minute to germinate, so I thought they weren't going to germinate. But they are taken off. I can't wait. I hope I get some seed pods for my salads. Okay, so down there you remember the little tiny orange hat tomato. So here is on the shelf with this little bit of plant warmer and these 2 jugs that are kind of like greenhouse. You can see the condensation. I really like that. I can usually germinate seeds really good using this kind of technique. I usually use clear coffee cups from drive-through, the tall ice coffee cups. So let's see if I can get this off here with one hand. Now the bag of potting soil that I used was older, and I think it was a little, what's that called, hydrophobic, because when I water in here, it just kind of floats and doesn't soak up the water very much. So I probably should have had better starting soil. So I started these, all of these, started on 12/12. Today's 12/15, so this is all 13 days. So look how great these orange hat tomatoes are doing. Look at that. 4 of them. Look how great they're doing. So they definitely germinated more quickly than in the hydro garden. I don't know if it's the heat. I don't know if it's the dirt versus the water. This potting soil has nutrients in it. So I don't know, maybe better nutrients than the liquid plant food that I used in the hydro garden. I keep calling it the wrong thing. Hydroponic garden. Yeah, so I'm very pleased about those. I don't know if I'll leave all 4 plants in there. I may thin them out based on how big and bushy they get. Those are doing great. This, the mini bell peppers, oops, I'm going to leave that off till I'm done filming. I end up putting the lid on and letting it fall down there and chop them in half. The mini bell peppers, same thing. These have sprouted, germinated, and are doing much better than the one in the hydroponics. Is it the heat? Is it the difference in nutrients? Don't know. Don't know. These would have gotten less light because the light bars were farther away and they would have had to go through the plastic lids. So I don't know what the difference was, but these are happier by a little bit. We'll see if they stay happier when they start, if they start growing peppers. So it's been 13 days, and that's what I've got going on in my update. I did not plant this yet. I ran out of steam after I planted this other stuff. I will, I did get another one of these juice bottles that I'm going to cut and use for the tomato plants that a friend recommended. The Tiny Tims, Tiny Toms. As soon as I get those seeds, those may be at the post office. So I'm going to plant at least another one of these with little miniature tomatoes, and I'm going to move the peas. Isn't that amazing? Look beyond there, outdoors, it is 22 degrees. And I have this janky blanket up because up there's the road, and when people drive by, when my grow lights are on, you can see right in my window. So I don't like that so much. So yeah, that's what's going on. Everything is doing great so far, and of course I'm pretty good at germinating things. I'm just horrible at keeping them alive. This is where I'll put the peas, and I'll put some ropes or something. I have to move some things around because there hangs my water bottle, and the electric cords for the heat mat and the lights and stuff go down here, so I'll have to move things around a little bit. But I'll put the peas here and let them climb up, and then over to the window if they want, hopefully. So we'll see how this experiment goes. And thanks. If you're interested in growing some of your own food, I want to have a little salad bar growing in my house during the winter. If you're interested in growing food indoors, check out Microdwarf 2526 and WIG 2025. Those collaborations, there's already, I get way behind in watching videos. I don't do a good job of keeping up in videos. But a lot of excellent information and different ideas. I'm really excited. I hope, if I can have tomatoes in the wintertime, that's going to be amazing. So yeah, anyway. So thank you for watching. Go check out those collaborations. I should be able to remember to put those in the links below. And I'll see you. This is my first time to try bok choy, so we'll see what I think. See ya.